Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, the President, the Dean, the faculty, and staff, I hereby declare the 39th commencement exercise of the Morehouse School of Medicine is now in session. Please rise and remain standing for the procession of the platform party along with the distinguished faculty and alumni. I now present to you our platform party, led by the President and CEO of Morehouse School of Medicine, Dr. Valerie Montgomery Rice. Please take your seats and remain seated throughout the processional so that everyone can welcome and observe our graduates without obstruction. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Morehouse School of Medicine, class of 2023. Graduates, please be seated. At this time, I will ask Dr. Marvin Crawford, the school's chaplain, to give the invocation. Dr. Crawford.
Thank you, Dr. Patterson. Those who desire, you may remove your cap or you may remove your hat, and let us receive the invocation. Let everything that hath breath praise the Lord. Unto you, O God, the creator of all things that were, things that are, and things that ever shall be. Unto you, O God, the God of our history and God of our story, the God whom we give glory. We praise you, God, for your wonderful works that you have fulfilled through Morehouse School of Medicine. We praise you for these learners who entered the School of Medicine to be taught and to learn. Now they will depart, God, to lead and to serve. We praise you, God, for mothers and fathers, families and friends that prayed and gave that this day may be a reality. So unto you, O God, we say thank you. And then, God, for those mothers and fathers who gave so much that their children can have so much more, we give you thanks. And for our forebearers of this institution, who thought it not robbery to declare that we should serve the underserved and close those health care disparity gaps, we give you thanks. And for our present leadership that is inculcated in our president, Dr. Valerie Montgomery Rice, and all the faculty and staff and the board of trustees, we give you thanks. And so on this day, God, let your presence come now in our midst. Let us celebrate what you have accomplished through us. We give you praise, we give you thanks. Everybody say amen. Now, I ask that you stand for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner, and the first stanza, lift every voice and sing. The words for both of these songs are printed in your program, pages 31 and pages 32, respectively.
Please be seated. It is my distinct honor to bring to the podium the presiding officer of today's ceremony, President and CEO of Morehouse School of Medicine, Dr. Valerie Montgomery Rice.
I'm going to wait just a few moments as others join us. There are seats in the middle. We're a little short on VIP guests today, so there are seats over here to the right also, because everybody here is a VIP. Good morning. Welcome to the 39th commencement exercises of the Morehouse School of Medicine. And congratulations to the outstanding class of 2023. Give yourselves a round of applause. I have to take a moment of presidential privilege to ask everyone to pause for a moment and to look around this beautiful chapel. We have not been in this chapel since 2019, and we have missed it. And during the time when we were not here because of something called COVID and a couple other pandemic type things happening, a beautiful renovation occurred. And if you look around and have time to walk through the gallery, you will see those whose shoulders we stand. And so take a moment, if you can, read the quotes on the wall. They are reflective of who we are and who we have tried successfully to turn these young people into understanding who they are and whose they are. Now, there is no doubt that you and your family, friends, and community have waited a long time for this day. There's no better day than this to make all the sacrifices worthwhile. For those things that you've decided to give less priority along your path, it has guided you to this higher echelon. Graduates, there's no shortage of pride in the faces of those proud parents, spouses, partners, friends, and other family members in the audience. Seeing dreams fulfilled and hopes realized is a very rewarding experience for me, your faculty, your staff, and your family members who have taken this path with you, supporting you in their greatest capacities. Celebrations are not gone and do not happen without challenges and losses. Surely there are many loved ones that would have liked to have witnessed this moment who are no longer among us, yet you wish they could be. And in honor of those who are not able to be here today, I want to allow us time to reflect and appreciate the life that God has given us and remember those who can't. Let's pause for a moment. Now, graduates, as I said, there are many people who sacrificed to make this day possible for you. And I need for you to stand and give those people their due reward, please. I am overwhelmed with joy today thinking about having the largest MSM graduating class to date with over 89% success rate of those students getting into medicine. Give yourself an applause. In fact, 12 of our MD graduates today are in fact MSM alums. Where are you? Raise your hand. And we have one student from our APEX program, Academically Prepared for Excellence. You're out there in the audience somewhere. And 5 other students are 2023 graduates from other MD programs that are alums of MSM and APEX, and they're graduating over this next month. And I am proud, along with the faculty, that our pathway programs are what we use as an opportunity to expose our students to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and yes, the arts. The success is shown here today because we have a 2023 graduate in our MD program that was in one of our early pathway programs as a high school student in 2011. That exposure to medicine and possibilities is paying off. I'm also very excited to see the continuation and the success of our MSHI program. This is the second class of the MSHI program. This MD class, an MPH class, and some students who were in the PhD program started pre-COVID and had to go home in March of 2020. They withstood the challenges of the global pandemic, the global social and racial unrest, and through it all, they remained committed to learning and progressing. And now they are seated today in their caps and gowns. Success at Morehouse School of Medicine is overflowing, and I am thankful to those who have contributed to our success. In the past couple of weeks, you may have seen much coverage about the actions we are taking in Fulton County that equal success as we are increasing access to care in partnership with the Fulton County Commissioners. We are addressing the gaps and disparities in the care of Black America, Brown America, and all America, and that equals success. And just last Friday, we were chosen to do a roundtable with Senator Sanders on healthcare disparities and the lack and shortage of healthcare providers and the challenges with diversity. That equals success. And on Thursday, we were able to honor one of our trailblazers, Henry, Hank, and Aaron, along with Ms. Billy Aaron, who have been contributing to scholarships since the start of Morehouse School of Medicine. And we were happy to name the Health and Wellness Hank Aaron Plaza, and I think you may have seen a big statue when you were coming on the corner of Lee Street. We also celebrate our founders, Hugh M. Gloucester, and we celebrate being here in the MLK Chapel on Morehouse College. We are indeed blessed and we are proud. Congratulations to the family and the friends, to the loved ones who've gone on before us. Congratulations to our graduates. You have earned today's celebration. It is our tradition to ensure we applaud your support and that we now will begin this wonderful program. As I, as a matter of courtesy and order, introduce those on the stage, I will call by name some and then ask others to stand. I will start on the first row from my far right, Dr. Cinnamon Bradley, Associate Dean of Admissions and Student Affairs. Dr. Thomas Malone, MSM Board of Trustee and longtime obstetrician gynecologist. Dr. from Columbus, Georgia. Dr. Sandra Harris Hooker, Senior Vice President of External Affairs and Innovation. Dr. Danita Inkman Daniels, Associate Dean of Graduate Education and Biomedical Science. Dr. Marty Elks, Senior Associate Dean of Educational Affairs. Dr. Adrian Tender, Executive Vice President and Dean of the School of Medicine. Mr. Art Collins, Chairman of the Board of Trustees. And from our far left, Dr. Erica Sutton, Associate Dean of Academic Programs and Senior Associate Dean of Medical Education. Dr. Stephanie Miles Richardson, Associate Dean, Graduate Education and Public Health. Dr. Marvin Crawford, Morehouse School of Medicine Chaplain and Associate Professor of Clinical Medicine. Dr. John Patterson, Vice Chair, Department of Neurobiology and Grand Marshal for today's ceremony. Ms. Kim Green, Chairman and President and CEO of Georgia Power and Board of Trustee member at Morehouse School of Medicine. Dr. Carrie Bear, Professor in the Departments of Community Health and Preventive Medicine. Dr. Frank Jones, President of the Morehouse School of Medicine, National Alumni Association, and Morehouse School of Medicine Trustee, and Dr. John White, Chief Medical Officer at WebMD and Board of Trustee member. And of course, our speaker today, Dr. Shakita Brooks LaSure, Administrator of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Furthermore, we have distinguished department chairs, directors of centers and institutes, and assistant and associate deans present. Would you please stand and be recognized? And if there are any other board members in the audience, please stand and be recognized. We also like to recognize our alums who are here. Any alums of Morehouse School of Medicine, please stand and be recognized. There's a group of people who might have had a little bit to do with your education. They would be the faculty at Morehouse School of Medicine. Will the faculty of Morehouse School of Medicine please stand and be recognized? I am forever telling our teams that the learning environment doesn't just occur between the faculty and the student. The learning environment is created by all of the employees at Morehouse School of Medicine. If you are an employee at Morehouse School of Medicine, please stand and be recognized. The faculty, you work for us. Come on. It is so important that we recognize everyone who contributes. And to our community, I want you to see that this is so important to our students because you really allow them to come to us. And it's not just myself or the dean or the faculty who make a difference in their lives. It is really all the people who they come into contact with. Normally, we would have President and Dean Emeritus Lewis W. Sullivan and his wife Ginger here, but they are not here. And Dr. David Satcher, I don't know if he's in the audience. He's the former Morehouse School of Medicine President and 16th Surgeon General of the United States. We also have other colleagues from the Atlanta University Center and many others who have made a difference in the lives of our students. Now, if I have very innocently overlooked someone who feel that they should have been recognized and should stand, this is your moment. Anyone who wants to stand and be recognized, okay? All righty, good. So I won't have to hear about this later. Thank you very much. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce Chairman of our Board of Trustees, Art Collins, who will bring greetings from the board. Thank you.
Good morning. God is good. He didn't hear you. God is good. All right. I think he heard you that time. To our CEO and President, Montgomery Rice, my fellow trustees, distinguished platform guests, alumni, faculty, administrators, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2023, I am honored to bring greetings on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Morehouse School of Medicine. Commencement exercises are a special time for the board because we're witnessing the results of efforts to support and sustain the Morehouse School of Medicine and, most importantly, its students. This institution produces outstanding physicians, biomedical scientists, and public health professionals who are destined for greatness. Your commitment to health equity will improve the communities in which you will live, work, and play. We are immensely proud of your accomplishments. We are certain that you will be extraordinary practitioners, researchers, and change makers within the communities that you live. You will continue to have our utmost support. And as you bring your hearts and your work to these underserved communities, you will surely make a difference. Know that you are forever a part of the illustrious MSM family. Congratulations. And now, Madam President, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Morehouse School of Medicine, I hereby authorize you to confer degrees in course upon candidates who have qualified in all respects for the Master of Public Health, the Master of Science in Biomedical Research, the Master of Science in Clinical Research, the Master of Science in Health Informatics, the Master of Science in Medical Sciences, the Master of Science in Neuroscience, the Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences, and last but not least, the Doctor of Medicine. Now, we'll hear from our President and our Student Government Association, Jamil Joyner.
Jamil Joyner is joining us. He also served as student representative on the Board of Trustees.
Good morning, Madam President, Dean Tyndall, trustees, faculty and staff, esteemed guests, family and friends, and last but not least, good morning and congratulations to the Morehouse School of Medicine class of 2023. My name is Jamil Joyner, and I've had the pleasure of serving as the SGA president for the 2022-2023 academic year, and I've been tasked with telling the story of this wonderful class that's in front of you. I think the president and our commencement team had a little bit too much faith in me because they didn't give me any parameters or guidelines for this speech. They said, go up there and do your thing. So that's okay. If I'm doing bad, just boo me and I'll walk off. So I'll try my best to tell the story of this class of 23. I can promise you that although I was tempted, I did not enlist the help of ChatGPT in writing this speech. Graduation, in many ways, is the closing of a chapter, the last sentence in a story about trials and tribulations, perseverance and grit, newfound courage and renewed belief. We all know many of those famous last sentences. They go something like this, and they all lived happily ever after. Or something like this. After traveling very far, they realized that the true treasure lie not in the destination, but in the journey. Class of 2023, before we write the last sentence in our chapter here at the Morehouse School of Medicine, I'd like to do a brief retelling of our story. Not just for our friends and their families, but for us too. Because if you're anything like me, which I know you are, you probably spent many a day during the last couple of years not knowing up from down, left from right, or even what day of the week it was. I think the best way to retell our story is by talking about 3 points. The first being what we came to MSM with. The second being what we got at MSM. And the final being what we are leaving MSM with. When I think about the unified story of our class, I think about a group that came to MSM and were specifically chosen to come to MSM for their commitment and burning passion to service. While we owe Morehouse School of Medicine for so much of what makes us the healthcare providers, researchers, scholars, and public policy advocates we are becoming today, we owe this key ingredient of commitment and passion to service to those of you out in the audience today, in person, online, and up above watching over us. Your silent sacrifices, your dreams deferred, and the injustices you endured at the hands of a racist, sexist, classist healthcare system did not fall on deaf ears or go unnoticed. Your lessons in wisdom, integrity, compassion were as vital as our lessons in statistics, biochemistry, and ethics. They were the forge that created the most precious resource inside each and every one of my classmates, that commitment and burning passion to service, often imitated, never duplicated. Without you, none of our MSM stories would have ever begun. So we will once again applaud you and thank you. When I think about commitment and passion for service, I think back to my days here at Morehouse College as an undergrad. We had this crazy organic chemistry professor. He was that professor. You know, the one that seemed like every single day he was high off life and couldn't dream of doing anything else other than teaching organic chemistry, even at 8 a.m. This professor was so committed to our success, he routinely held all-day weekend review sessions. He was so passionate about educating the minds of young black men, he would genuinely refer to our exams as celebrations of knowledge. Just imagine sitting in your seat, stressed about an exam, only for your professor to come in strolling, grinning from ear to ear, truly believing that stack of exams that he had was the best thing to happen to you that day. He was truly crazy. But his commitment and passion to his service of educating young black minds was something I see embodied every day in the class of 2023. Sometimes I wonder what that professor is up to today. Dr. Young, is that you? Y'all letting anybody in these days, ain't you? Dr. Lance Shipman Young, professor of chemistry at Morehouse College, who was so compelled by his commitment and passion towards the health of young black men, he decided at his old age to pursue an executive master's in public health to expand his skills as an agent for health equity. And that's just one of the countless stories of commitment and passion for service embodied in this class of 2023. Thank you, Dr. Young. Now, I told you I was going to tell you the story about what the class of 2023 got from Morehouse School of Medicine. But it seems that Ms. Covington and the Marcoms team got a hold of my speech and heavily redacted that section. I guess what happens at Morehouse School of Medicine stays at Morehouse School of Medicine. You'll have to ask your graduate for their specifics, but I can speak from the heart here. What we, the class of 2023, got from Morehouse School of Medicine was a family. A family of classmates, faculty and staff, administration, and a wide range of supporters. A family that offered us unwavering embrace, not just of our academic journeys, but of us as people. An unwavering embrace that was there for us during times of unimaginable loss, with hearing ears. An unwavering embrace that was also there during our greatest triumphs, with screaming celebration. Not because we were their students or because that was their job, because we are family. What we got from Morehouse School of Medicine was an experience of being seen, truly seen, and supported. It wasn't always perfect, but what family is. So what do we take away from our time at Morehouse School of Medicine, the class of 2023? Because as the great Denzel Washington said when asked why did he take a platter from the Oscars when he lost, I'm from around the way. I'm leaving here with something, okay? Okay? So what are we leaving with? We are leaving with debt. Right? Yes, we are leaving. Now, I'm not talking about the debt that y'all are thinking about. Because if you got any debt in that room, I need you to call Dr. Montgomery Rice. She's going to put you on the phone with Director Chairman Collins and Trustee Jackson, and they're going to handle that. Don't leave Atlanta if you got some debt. They'll handle it. What I'm talking about, and I wouldn't end this speech on a sore note because the Bible says the borrower is slave to the lender. And I'm not going to leave y'all on a sour note. So what debt am I talking about? There's only one type of debt that I think is good debt. I thought about it long and hard. And the only type of good debt I could think of was a debt of gratitude. See, while all other forms of debt come with interest and fees that set you back in your progress on life, a debt of gratitude gives you motivation and clarity of purpose that forces you to step into your greatness. How could we walk those hallowed halls of Morehouse School of Medicine, ready to leave for the day, tired and worn out, and then see Dr. Sullivan or Dr. Satcher walking the halls, working tirelessly, and not turn around and say, let me study for a little bit longer? How can we see Ms. Billy, Super Aaron, and the Hank Aaron family continue to go above and beyond in supporting our organization and our dreams and not be enthused to go do the same? How can we see Dr. Montgomery Rice, our faculty, our staff, our board of trustees, go out there every day to make Morehouse School of Medicine the preeminent organization for health equity within the United States of America and not do the same? We can't, that's the answer. So a debt of gratitude is what I bestow all of you with, and all that other debt, again, Dr. Montgomery Rice will handle. So in closing, the story of the class of 2023 is one of a group of great commitment and passion to service. Ode to those that raised us and molded us as far as they could and handed us off to Morehouse School of Medicine. It's a story of a group that along their road travel found family and strength through adversity and standing united against a system that didn't always want to see us succeed. And finally, it's a story about a group who could easily say, my burden is enough. I can't take on the greater good. But instead, it's a story of a group that knows paying forward debts of gratitude are how we sow seeds that will provide shade and fruit in the future, because they themselves are those trees. So after all that, what will be the last sentence that this author, moi, writes about the class of 2023? To be continued. If the Fast and the Furious still have stories to tell, so do we. Until next time, thank you for the honor of a lifetime as serving as your SGA president, and congratulations again.
Jamil, thank you so much for all that you have done. God bless you in your future endeavors. Congratulations, class of 2023. It is always our goal to ensure that 100% of our graduating seniors receive some level of scholarship support. So we are excited to announce the presidential class gift for the graduating class of 2023. Now, parents, I want you to listen closely. We are not paying off all their debts, so don't even start that rumor, okay? It is not true. But we are excited that we can announce we are awarding scholarships to the remaining 152 seniors who have not been awarded scholarships or grants to fully fund their tuition and fees. Those debts should have been incurred through the federal education program. To assist in lowering, parents listen to, say it with me, lowering, say it with me, parents, the student indebtedness, Morehouse School of Medicine will award total scholarships amounting to $1.164,222,000, $1.164,222,000. And students, no, you will not get a check. The scholarship awards we will return to the Department of Education. We will write a check to them to lower your student indebtedness. Every eligible graduating senior who has not received a full MSM funding for tuition and fees will receive no less than $2,200. But some students will receive more, some students will receive a little bit, no less than $2,200. But there will not be an MD student who will graduate with debt over $250,000. There will not be a student who is in any other healthcare program that will graduate with debt over $100,000. So you know how much debt you have, so do the math, okay? It is always our joy to be able to award scholarships to our students because we know how this influences your ability to pay it forward and to gain economic wealth that gives you choice to how you want to lead the creation and advancement of health equity. Please join me in congratulating these students on this new financial award and thanking our donors, our faculty, and our staff who have worked so hard to support our students by giving more and enhancing our operational efficiency. And now it is my great honor to present to you our keynote speaker, Ms. Shakita Brooks LaSure, Administrator at the Center for Medicare and Medicaid. Now, while you can find her biography in your programs, I'd like to provide you with further insight into why we are so excited that the first African-American woman to lead CMS was asked to come and speak to this esteemed class of 2023. She is the administrator for the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, what we commonly know as CMS. She oversees all the programs, including Medicare, Medicaid, Children's Health Insurance Program, better known as CHIP, and the Affordable Care Act health insurance marketplaces. She is a former policy official who played a key role in guiding the ACA through passage and implementation, and we have to give her a round of applause just for that. She's had decades of experience in federal government and on Capitol Hill and in the private sector. As Deputy Director for Policy at the Center for Consumer Information Insurance Oversight within CMS, and also early in the Department of Health and Human Services as the Director of Coverage Policy. She led the agency implementation of ACA coverage and insurance reform that has literally changed the lives of many who would never have had access to care if it were not for her leadership, guided by many others under President Obama. Early in her career, she assisted House leaders in passing several other healthcare laws, including the Medicare Improvements for Patients and Providers Act of 2008. She began her career as a program examiner and lead in Medicaid analyst for the Office of Management and Budget, coordinating Medicaid policy development for the Health Financing Group. And so she has a host of experience that she now brings to bear as the lead of CMS. And we thought no better person in this day and time to come and share with our graduates a perspective of how they will lead the creation of health equity as we pursue health justice. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Administrator Brooks LaSure.
Good morning. President Dr. Montgomery Scott, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, alumni, guests, and most of all, to the Morehouse School of Medicine, class of 2023, congratulations. I have it on good authority that there were moments when you were living in Entra, or the first time you went to Cafe 720, when you thought this day would never come. But over the past few years, you've completed an extraordinary journey, filled with professional and personal discovery. I also wanted to acknowledge your medical school or professional school journey has been truly unique, as you have also had to navigate the unprecedented challenges of the COVID pandemic. You were brought back to school almost immediately after the outbreak of the virus, where so much was still unknown about COVID. You were also on the front lines, helping to vaccinate members of the community. And thanks to the virus, you had to navigate your studies in a totally novel way. No wonder you joke that your class slogan is, "You're muted, you're on mute." Yet you managed it all with courage and compassion, determination and doggedness, and maybe a little free food. Your obvious energy and enthusiasm are infectious, which is one of the reasons I'm always so uplifted to be around the next generation of leaders. I've already been inspired by you. At class day yesterday, Gabrielle Fisher reminded us all to know our worth. And my message to you today is that you're already worth a great deal, to your families, to those you will serve, and to the community as a whole. As you begin your journeys as doctors and healthcare professionals, you already understand that healthcare is fundamentally linked to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The last few years have shown us both how essential and complicated the healthcare system has become. We live in a time of unprecedented innovation and evolution in the healthcare field. This brings new hope and energy, but we also must acknowledge enduring challenges that you will face. I call them the challenges of the face, the voice, and the hand. To begin, I'd like to speak to the graduating doctors. Your first challenge is to recognize that for your community, you are the face of medicine. As I look across this audience, I see a group that reflects America. As doctors and professionals in healthcare, it's tremendously important that you look like your patients. As CMS administrator, I've been traveling across the country and continue to hear how important it is for policymakers and healthcare professionals to reflect back the experience of those they serve. We remain cognizant of why patients may be hesitant around medical practitioners and within the healthcare system. Given the history of Tuskegee and James Marion Sims, and even modern-day experiences with doctors or nurses that seem to dismiss our pain or trauma, it's not surprising that many patients of color may distrust, fear, and avoid medical care. Morehouse School of Medicine is among the nation's leading educators of healthcare professionals, and that means that many of you will probably be the most important interface with the healthcare system that your patients will ever experience. That's why your role in overcoming this understandable fear and distrust is so essential. By remembering it's not a disease or a set of symptoms that walked into your office, but a person with their own unique story, that you must try to understand their circumstances and challenges and treat them holistically, and that medicine is about caring as much as curing. You can help your patients overcome their anxieties and fears and receive the care they need and deserve. As you know, the modern Hippocratic Oath reads, "I will remember that there is art to science, there's art to medicine as well as science, and that warmth, sympathy, and understanding may outweigh the surgeon's knife or the chemist's drug. Put yourself in the patient's shoes. Remind yourself that they have a story that is not yet complete." As you do so, your second challenge is to remember that while you are the face of healthcare, you are also the voice of communities. In other words, you must be the ultimate patient advocate. The legacy of doctors as patient advocates dates back to that original Hippocratic Oath itself. It demands a strong doctor-patient relationship, one where you must be both a champion and a collaborator. But being a voice for your communities can also have a larger dimension. Many medical societies now recognize that advocacy is a critical part of medical professionalism. Taking on any kind of advocacy role, letting your voice be heard on the issues to advance positive change is not an easy task, but it is certainly the right thing to do, and not just for you, but for all of us. Of course, advocating for change doesn't mean that as young doctors and medical professionals, you are responsible for solving all of society's ills. Quite the contrary. Your job is always to put the patient first, but still, you can be a helping hand for health equity, which is your third challenge. Your primary responsibility and obligation is to serve your patients to the very best of your ability and to always combine healing with humanity. By faithfully fulfilling this responsibility, by ensuring that each and every one of your patients receives the best care possible, that is ultimately how you can give health equity a helping hand. Undoubtedly, being the very best medical professional you can be is not only your greatest challenge, it's your greatest gift. Now I want to speak to those of you getting a professional degree today, like me. Of course, many of you have already been preparing to make a difference and contribution in healthcare at the community, state, and national level. Know that there are a range of options to use your knowledge to inform systemic change. You might consider working for the government, like joining me at CMS, or one of our sister agencies at the Department of Health and Human Services, like CDC. Or you might work for community organizations, provider systems, or nonprofits fighting for a more equitable healthcare system. I want to take a moment to tell you about our agency and our role in making positive change. Today, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, or CMS, covers over 170 million Americans. 1 in 2 people in this country are covered through our programs, Medicare, Medicaid and CHIP, and the Affordable Care Act coverage. Even broader than our coverage, the agency touches the lives of all Americans. We regulate the health and safety of hospitals, nursing homes, and thousands of other facilities across this country, and develop the quality measures by which they are judged. CMS programs are powerful tools to improve the life of Americans, including those of Black America. Enrollment and coverage is the foundation of addressing health inequities. It is necessary, but not sufficient, to make sure that we can get care for diabetes, cardiovascular disease, cancer, so many of the conditions that take the lives of Black Americans disproportionately. As all of you know, it is critically important to get preventative care before we need it, like screenings for the conditions I just mentioned, recommended vaccines, and regular checkups. Our programs are not just important because of coverage, but also because the healthcare system changes based on what we decide to prioritize. It was the power of the Medicare program that desegregated hospitals in this country, a reminder for how health policy can make broader change. As administrator, I've made health equity the foundation of everything we do at CMS. In essence, improving the health and well-being of individuals and communities with special emphasis on underserved communities is very much our mission statement at CMS. Across the agency, we're operating to reduce health equity inequities that were especially illuminated by the COVID pandemic. And that means taking tangible action. For example, last July, we released our CMS Maternity Action Plan to combat the worsening maternal health crisis, especially for Black and brown women, the systemic disparities in our healthcare system that have led to it. I applaud the Morehouse School of Medicine's Center for Maternal Health Equity for also launching a research study designed to explore the causes and issues behind health inequity among pregnant and postpartum Black women. We are simultaneously utilizing all of our policy and academic levers to meet the needs of communities. I'm also trying to change how CMS as an agency is working by always considering how our programs and policies can impact health equity and how our work can address inequities. For this, I have to give credit to those who instilled in me a desire to make sure that our lives are meaningful by working to improve the lives of others. I would not be here today, I would not be the leader that I am today without them. We all have those people who shaped us into who we are today. The grandmothers that prayed for us, the grandfathers that took us to the park, the parents who believed in us, the professors and mentors that cared for us inside and outside of the classroom, those who have guided our moral compass. Caring for others is a moral responsibility I've never forgotten, and I know it's one that the Morehouse College of Medicine and its enduring legacy shares and has instilled in you all. After all, your mission statement notes in part that this school exists to improve the health and well-being of individuals and communities, with an emphasis on people of color and the underserved urban and rural populations in Georgia, the nation, and the world. Who knows how the work that all of you do will ripple far beyond your office doors and clinical halls. Entering healthcare right now is a wonderful thing, as there are so many needs across our country that you and your peers will serve. To quote Dr. Martin Luther King, "Greatness is determined for service." I commend all of you as you embark on your wondrous, joyous, challenging, and miraculous journeys as doctors and healthcare professionals. I can think of few other journeys that will allow you to experience so much of the world's marvel and mystery. Today represents the powers and dreams of faith, the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. Today is a dream realized for many of you, for your parents and supporters here with you or at home. It is certainly a day that our ancestors dreamed of. There are other dreams. There is the hope of the newly pregnant woman who wants a doctor that looks like her, who will listen. There is the hope of an elder who is unsure of how to pay their medicine, rent, and food. There is the hope of communities that are underserved because of the block they live on, where the adults in the neighboring zip code live 20 years longer. I do not want to leave you with the burden of having to solve all of the inequities of the healthcare system. I urge you to know that just your mere presence is a powerful thing, whether you are wearing a white coat or sitting at the table raising your voice when decisions are made. I also want you to know that taking care of yourself, mentally and physically, is as important as the work that you are doing. What I hope for you most of all, as you embark on the next steps of your journey, is that you take care of yourself, you cherish your families and friends, and in your professional life, always put community first. Meet the challenges of the face and voice and hand, whether you are by the patient's bedside or working to improve the healthcare system. And remember, the work of healthcare is like no other. It is the foundation of our ability to achieve life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Thank you, CMS Administrator Brooks Shashir. Let's give our keynote speaker another round of applause. I think it's time. I now invite Dean Dr. Adrian Tender to begin the conferral of degrees. Dr. Tender?
Class of 2023, are you ready? I don't think I heard you. Are you ready? Class of 2023, we're proud of you. Thank you for joining us in this journey. Thank you for investing your careers with us. This is the end of a chapter for you, but the beginning of another chapter. Some of you are going to enter into the workforce. Some of you are going to go into additional training. Some of you are going to witness more graduations. But just remember, wherever you go, whatever you do, carry with you the mission of Morehouse School of Medicine, the ethos of Morehouse School of Medicine. We are proud of you. We're proud of you. So now, for the moment we've been waiting for, we honor you Please prepare to honor our students. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now confer upon the candidates the degrees of Master of Public Health, Master of Science in Biomedical Research, Master of Science in Clinical Research, Master of Science in Health Informatics, Master of Science in Medical Sciences, Master of Science in Neuroscience, Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences, and Doctor of Medicine. Will the candidates for the Master of Public Health degree please rise? I have the honor of presenting the students who have completed a rigorous program of public health studies fully accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges and the Council of Public Health Education. The Board of Trustees and the faculty of Morehouse School of Medicine recommend that these students receive the degree Master of Public Health.
Upon recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine, and by the virtue of authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Public Health with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Please come forth to receive your diploma and your hood.
Afi Asante. Jared Bailey. Frank Barnes III. Kayla Berry. Jamira Yasmin Shivrin. Maya Davis. Vanessa Egby. Gabrielle Fisher. Samuel Freeman. Jeremiah Hart. Zaria Hollins. Prada House. Kamal Hughes. Rashad Kuku. Carolina Mahaffey. Renee Mahaffey Harris. Darion McFadden. Jeffrey Atwan Phillips. Dwayna Thomas. Aaron Wiggins. And Dr. Lance Young.
So, will the new MPH graduates please rise? And now, finally, you have permission to move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations. So Dr. Miles Richardson, if you can please approach.
Good morning. I am Dr. Stephanie Miles Richardson,
Associate Dean of Graduate Education and Public Health, and Director of the Master of Public Health Program. We will now recite the International Declaration of Health Rights, printed on page 19 of your program. If there are other public health professionals, please stand and join us as we recite. Health requires peaceful and equitable development and collaboration of all peoples. The enjoyment of the highest attainable standard of health is one of the fundamental rights of every human being. It is not a privilege for those with power, money, or social standing. Health is more than the absence of disease, but includes prevention of illness, development of individual potential, a positive sense of physical, mental, and social well-being. Health care should be based on dialogue and collaboration between citizens, professions, communities, and policymakers. Health service should be affordable, accessible, effective, efficient, and convenient. Health begins with healthy development of the child and a positive family environment. Health must be sustained by the active role of men and women in health and development. The role of women and their welfare must be recognized and addressed. Health care for the elderly should provide dignity, respect, and concern for a sustainable environment with balanced human population's growth and preservation of cultural diversity. Health depends on availability to people of basic elements: food, safe water, housing, education, productive employment, protection from pollution, and prevention of social alienation. Health depends on protection from exploitation without distinction of race, religion, political belief, economic, or social condition. And together, the oath: we, as people concerned about health improvement in the world, do hereby commit ourselves to advocacy and action to promote the health rights of all human beings. Congratulations, MPH. Graduates, you may be seated.
Will the candidate for the Master of Science in Biomedical Research degree please rise? Madam President, I have the honor to present to you the student who's completed a rigorous program of biomedical research studies, fully accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges. The Board of Trustees and the faculty of Morehouse School of Medicine recommend that this student receive the degree Master of Science.
Upon recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine and by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree Master of Science in Biomedical Research with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Please come forth to receive your diploma and hood.
Natasia Calicia Hill.
So don't sit quite yet. Will the new Master of Science in Biomedical Research graduate, please, can you stand? It's time to move your tassel from the right to the left. You've done it already. Now, will the candidates for the Master of Science in Clinical Research degrees please rise? Madam President, I have the honor to present to you the students who have completed a rigorous program of clinical research studies fully accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. The Board of Trustees and the faculty of Morehouse School of Medicine recommend that these students receive the degree Master of Science.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine and by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Clinical Research with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Please come forth to receive your diploma and hood.
Dr. Brittany Janae Bush. Dr. Morgan Iman Coleman. Dr. Gilbert Bastian.
So now, will the new Master of Science in Clinical Research graduates please rise? Candidates, please move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations. You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Science in Health Informatics degree please rise? Madam President, I have the honor to present to you the students who have completed a rigorous program of health informatics studies fully accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. The Board of Trustees and the faculty of Morehouse School of Medicine recommend that these students receive the degree Master of Science.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine and by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Health Informatics with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Please come forth to receive your diploma and hood.
Gabrielle Aldred. Sangare Mati Brahima. Stacy Carter. Sean Cody. Tamiko Kandal. Charity Walsh. Alexis Watkins.
So, will the new Master of Science in Health Informatics graduates please remain standing? Candidates, you may now move your tassels to the left side. Congratulations. You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Science in Medical Sciences degree please rise? Madam President, I have the honor to present to you these students who have completed a rigorous program of medical science studies fully accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges. The Board of Trustees and the faculty of Morehouse School of Medicine recommend that these students receive the degree Master of Science.
Upon recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine and the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree Master of Science in Medical Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Please come forth to receive your diploma and your hood.
Tanya Alston. Daria Anderson. Leander Brooks. Tariana Carter. Kristen Dixon. Tyler Everett. Gabrielle Ford. Michaela Gladney. Juan Gomez. Jada Melinda Grimes. Brianna Hayden. Julian Hilton. Darius Jackson Jr. Oluwatomi Ladipo. Rihanna Maloney. Jordan Martin. Jacoby McCray. Daniel Moore. Basaya Oyewale. Ose Paco. Akira Palm. Jay Pan. Cyan Patterson. Marcel Perez. Monet Serrier. Angel Sims. William Speakman Smith II. Brianna Snowball. Unas Tariq. Colin Tolbert. Tiffany Tolbert. Ashley Tunson. Jaron Whitehead. Chelsea Wilson. Megan Wise. Jordan Worrell.
So candidates, you may now move your tassels to the left side. Congratulations. You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Science in Neuroscience degree please rise? Madam President, I have the honor to present to you the student who's completed a rigorous program of neuroscience studies, fully accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges. The Board of Trustees and the faculty of Morehouse School of Medicine recommend that this student receive the degree Master of Science.
Upon recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Neuroscience with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Please come forward to receive your diploma and your hood.
Gabrielle Elizabeth Kane.
And now, you may move your tassel to the left side. Congratulations. Will the candidate for the Doctor of Philosophy and Biomedical Science degree please rise? Madam President, I have the honor to present to you these students who've completed a rigorous program in biomedical science studies, fully accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission in Colleges. The Board of Trustees and the faculty of Morehouse School of Medicine recommend that these students receive the degree Doctor of Philosophy.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine and by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Please come forth to receive your diploma and hood.
Dr. Brittany Janae Bush. Dr. Morgan Iman Coleman. Dr. Lawrence Pierre McKinney.
Okay, so will the new Doctor of Philosophy graduates please remain standing? And you now could move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations. Dr. Eamon Daniels, if you can please join.
Okay, it's still morning. Good morning. I'm Dr. Danita Eatman Daniels, Associate Dean of Graduate Education in Biomedical Sciences, all Master of Science in Biomedical Research, Master of Science in Clinical Research, Master of Science in Health Informatics, Master of Science in Medical Science, Master of Science in Neuroscience, and Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences. Graduates, please rise. We will now recite the Scientist Pledge. Other scientists in the audience are welcome to join in. See page 20 in the program. Okay. I accept this opportunity to follow the difficult and rewarding path of biomedical science and clinical research. I will endeavor to honor all those who have contributed to this opportunity by always working to the utmost of my abilities by increasing those abilities when possible. I will strive to advance fundamental knowledge about all living things. I pledge to use my energy, intellect, and education to enhance the lives of all mankind, understanding that often the greatest strides are made through efforts to assist the dispossessed and underprivileged in our world. I will carefully consider and remain mindful of the ethical implications of my work. I will never use my gift and skills to intentionally harm any individual or group. In planning and carrying out my work, I will treat this planet and all its life forms with honor and respect. I will honor and respect the efforts of my teachers, taking great care always to give credit where credit is due, and always humbly understanding that all that I see by standing on the shoulders of the many scientists who have gone before me. I will also honor and respect my students and all who rely on that which I have learned, striving to truthfully and openly disclose all my methods, findings, and conclusions. So long as I adhere to this pledge, may I have continued success in the field of biomedical sciences and Clinical Research. Congratulations. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Egan Daniels. All right, we're on the home stretch. Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine please rise? Madam President, I have the honor to present to you these students. They have completed a rigorous program of medical studies fully accredited by the Liaison Committee on Medical Education. The Board of Trustees and the faculty of Morehouse School of Medicine recommend that they receive the degree Doctor of Medicine.
Upon recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the degree Doctor of Medicine with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Please come forth to receive your diploma and your hood.
Dr. Jason Sefa Achimpong. All right. All right. Dr. Toluwani Adebisi. Dr. Nicole Imwa. Dr. Darwish Alibiad. Dr. Aliza Ali. Dr. Ugochi Enanaba. Dr. Eli Arbov. Dr. Eugenia Asare. Dr. Sajid Azar. Dr. Andrew Ayad. Dr. Fadi Aziz. Dr. Ngafla Bakayoko. Dr. Adam Baraka. Dr. Ziminai Bekele. Dr. Myrna Bashara. Dr. Brianna Bess. Dr. Gabrielle Carter. Dr. Leslie Gabrielle Carter. Dr. Akshay Chandora. Dr. Berjan Childers. Dr. Colin Cochran. Dr. Catherine Tricolis Colville. Dr. Andrea Criego Maravilla. Dr. Amalayo Dada. Dr. Sachi Isabel Desai. All right. Dr. Neil Doshi. Dr. Praise Ekakitie. Dr. Victor Elensi. Dr. Nakira Brianna Evans. Dr. Maria Flaterman. Dr. Dustin Gibson. Dr. Paulo Gilleran. Dr. Eddie Gonti. Dr. Marquel, we'll just start over. Dr. Marquel Gould. Dr. Prince Jamfi. Dr. Benazir Hassin. Dr. Joshua Henderson. Dr. George Ibrahim. Dr. Christopher Jermaine Jackson, Sr. Dr. Joy Rosa Jackson. Dr. Nora Jean-Baptiste. Dr. Sean Johnson. Dr. Amore Marie Jones. Thank you. Dr. Marissa Jordan. Dr. Eugene Jong. Dr. Jamil Joyner. Y'all ready? Dr. Abigail Khan. Dr. Asen Khan. Dr. Spencer King. Dr. Ryan Kirk. Dr. Robert Lee. Dr. Stephen Lee. Dr. Adonias Lima. Dr. Trenton Madison. Dr. J. Manthia. Dr. Lucas Gomez Marquez. Dr. Christopher Gerard McClure. Dr. Danielle McFarland. Dr. Sagar Menon. Dr. Ashley Maletti. Dr. Casey Morris. Dr. Eddie Morris. Dr. Paris Mungai. Dr. Oliviana Najar. Dr. Chikaris Neal. Dr. Heather Nye. Dr. Chiamaka Ohanu. Dr. Ferranmi Oyelade. Dr. Sadman Rahman. Dr. Kier Richards. Dr. Emma Rivas Romero. Dr. Ian Robinson. Dr. Darius Rowe. Dr. Radine Sherry Lee Russell. Thank you. Thank you. All right, thank you all. Thank you. Dr. Sepper Sabirian. Dr. Huda Saib. Dr. Amisa Say. Dr. Destiny Elise Shipley. Dr. Dinesh Shivlochan. Dr. Leela Shazad Simon. Dr. Carlton Garrett Smith. Dr. Lonnie Sneed. Dr. Chandler Steele. Dr. Shreya Tanti. Dr. Kenya Thrasher. Dr. Ashley Tolbert. Dr. Amaya Melinda Walton. Dr. Aaliyah Willis. Dr. Brian Zhu. Dr. Monica Yasa.
So, will the new Doctor of Medicine graduates please rise? You may now move your tassels to the left. Congratulations. And please do remain standing. Dr. Elks, if you could join me at the podium, please.
I am Dr. Marty Elks, Senior Associate Dean for Educational Affairs, I ask all of you to turn to page 21 for the reading of the Hippocratic Oath. I invite those who are physicians in the audience to read along with us. I solemnly swear that as a graduate of the Morehouse School of Medicine, according to my ability and judgment, I will keep the following oath. I will consider dear to me those who have taught me this art and will teach the art to all those who qualify as students. I will follow that method of treatment which, according to my ability and judgment, I consider for the benefit of my patients and will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous. I will preserve the purity of my life and my art. In every home where I come, I will enter only for the good of my patients, keeping myself from all intentional ill-doing and seduction. All that may come to my knowledge in the exercise of my profession, which ought to be spread abroad, I will keep secret and will never reveal. If I keep this oath faithfully, may I enjoy my life and practice my art, respected by all people and all times. But if I trespass and violate this oath, may the reverse be my lot. Congratulations.
And now I'd like to invite Dr. Frank Jones, who's the president of the Alumni Association, to the podium for some remarks.
Class of 2023, you made it. How many of you sitting there thought you would never see this day, graduating from your dream medical school, professional school, or graduate school, Morehouse School of Medicine. As a matter of fact, how many of you thought you would never get accepted into your medical or graduate school in the first place? But you did. It was those same prayers, hard work, and sacrifices that got you into school are the reason you are graduating today. Today, we acknowledge and applaud your accomplishments and wish you much success as you advance to the next stage of your education and career. You carry with you a new responsibility, that of being a Morehouse School of Medicine alumnus. Yes, we need your financial support, but equally important is your support in helping to mentor and train the next generation of healthcare professionals and to spread the mission of Morehouse School of Medicine wherever you go. Speaking of mentoring, we know that mentoring at Morehouse School of Medicine and nurture is so important. And the Alumni Association wants to do something for the first time this year. Just a little off script, Dr. Montgomery Rice. But we want to make sure that 100% of the students that graduate this year have a mentor when you graduate. And so within the next few days, you will be receiving notification from the alumni office who your mentor is. It will be somebody in your discipline. And so you will have a mentor when you finish Morehouse School of Medicine. So now I'm going to ask that you stand with me, please. And any other alumni that are present, please stand as well. All alumni. This is for all alumni from Morehouse School of Medicine. I, and state your name, hereby accept membership in the Morehouse School of Medicine National Alumni Association. As a graduate, I promise to maintain active membership in the Alumni Association and support the association in the Morehouse School of Medicine to the best of my ability. You may be seated. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. Before I give my charge and closing remarks to the class of 2023, I want to take the time to acknowledge Morehouse School of Medicine alumnus and the 2023 MSM Distinguished Alumnus Award recipient, Dr. Folashay O'Malley. Where is she? Is she somewhere? Dr. O'Malley? That she is right there. This Distinguished Alumnus Award is the highest honor an alumnus can receive, and it's particularly significant because the winner is selected by his or her peers. Dr. O'Malley, thank you for all that you do to lead the creation and advancement of health equity. To the class of 2023, discovery, knowledge, high-quality patient care, and community services are but a few of the gifts professional schools, such as Morehouse School of Medicine, give to the larger society. Our grandest gifts to the world, however, are the students that we are so honored to educate. You, the class of 2023. You now join those of us who are privileged to practice medicine, public health, and continue the art of discovery and caring. It is truly a privilege and honor to serve others through the healing arts and the quest for knowledge through discovery by addressing socioeconomic factors through a public health lens which impacts the underserved and provides them with the ability to reach their optimal level of health. With your graduation comes responsibility. The responsibility to engage each person in front of you and think, and I know you've heard me say this before, based on who's sitting in front of you, what's possible. Never thinking about limitations, listening while they tell you their story, but also remembering your story, because your story also serves as a foundation for you to advance primary care, to serve the underserved, to partner with the community to improve health opportunities and outcomes, to really help deliver upon to the community, the discoveries, the promise of science. Your story is grounded in your mission, and you are destined to make significant contributions. So never, ever, ever shy away from your experiences, your challenges, your joys, and your tears, as they all, no matter how complex, shape who you are and will impact the care that you give. You see, on the path to becoming a scientist, one must have grit and resilience to perform the many sequences of experiments. Sometimes those sequences must be repeated to establish a working protocol, and this requires great focus and patience. I know you desire to make an impact, and you will be tested repeatedly, but the science and the significance of discovery that leads to health equity is a call you have heeded, whether it be by the bedside, the bench, the political office, or in the community. We are obligated to answer the call, as this is our oath. The best way for all of us to carry on and to support the memory of one who walked on the path of greatness is to be great ourselves, and I have no doubt that you will be great and you will do great things. It is in that moment you will begin to understand that there's a difference between knowledge and learning. Remember that gaining knowledge is what you accomplished by attending MSM, but the learning is the testing of the knowledge gained. Graduates, you will begin to understand how to extend your medical knowledge to assist patients in realizing their optimal level of health as you partner with them, co-creating and developing solutions that are unique to their circumstances, one that transitions them to health equity. It is a remarkable time in your professional journey, and I hope you look at it with fondness and pride. You will need to understand how to keep that patient's picture in front of you when you are seeking scientific knowledge that leads to the great discovery. You will be like the roots of a blossoming tree that you will continue to grow and extend deep into the foundation, anchoring you no matter the force of the winds or the rain ahead, because we have seen you do just that at Morehouse School of Medicine. Remember this, people will look to you for answers and guidance. They will trust you with their most vulnerable and important parts of themselves, whether as a research study participant, a community partner, or as a patient. They will expect you to understand the depth of trust that they're extending to you and the weight of hope that rests on your shoulders. What we, the faculty and staff and the community who love you at Morehouse School of Medicine, are confident in that you are well prepared to answer the call to practice medicine, the call to scientific discovery, the call of being a public health servant, but most importantly, the call of caring. Therefore, I charge you with the following. First, align your professional identity with a vision that you have for others first and then for yourself. What do I mean by this? I have a vision that health equity is achievable, that we can actually assist everyone with achieving their optimal health by providing them what they need, when they need it, and the amount they need to reach their optimal level of health. What I know for sure is that I am working toward this goal and keeping it in line with the vision. Again, based on who's sitting in front of me, what's possible, it will require you to listen and to learn. 2, constantly seek new knowledge. Information is rapidly changing. Seek excellence and let your work be reflective of your character, your alma mater, and your profession. 3, Never lose sight of your purpose. Seek guidance from trusted advisors and wise peers. Equally important, though, listen to your higher self and your higher calling. Be a great health professional, but be an even better person. Love deeply, laugh heartily, and pray often, because each of them offers a gift of health and happiness. Find balance if it really exists. Support your alma mater, for it has so profoundly changed your life. Leave a good legacy and make sure that the lives you touch and the places where you serve are better because you were there. 4, remember to take care of yourself. Remember to take care of yourself. Exercise, try to eat healthier, read, listen to music, dance to the music, and laugh. For when health is absent, wisdom cannot reveal itself, art cannot manifest, strength cannot fight, and wealth becomes useless. And finally, leave a good legacy and make sure that the lives you touch again are better because you were there. However, remain humble, for you will have answers, but certainly not all of them. Be of service to others. Remember, you are not the center of the universe, but a servant of it. When you enter a room, don't say, "Here I am." Say, "How can I help you? How can I help you?" Graduates of the class of 2023, you have earned a place in the global community among the men and women who lead the quest of the healing arts and sciences and public health. Go with God, and may you and your families be richly blessed. Well done, class of 2023.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join the Morehouse College Glee Club as it sings Morehouse School of Medicine's alma mater, Soar. The song is printed on pages 33 and 34 in your program. Following the alma mater, please remain standing as Reverend Crawford delivers the benediction.
us now receive the benediction. If any person will be my disciple, let them deny self, take up the cross and follow me. Let us pray. God, our healer, as we joyously depart from this place, but never from your sacred presence, we ask you to lead us to do the work of making this a better world. Give us the strength to deny ourselves. Let us deny ourselves the convenience of being too busy to make a difference. Let us deny ourselves the obsession with getting personal wealth over public health. Let us deny ourselves any excuses not to do the work, but rather let us take up the cross and become cross bearers. Let us bear the cross of helping mothers give birth to healthy babies. Let us bear the cross of creating healthy children and healthy environment for all children to run and play. Let us bear the cross of finding housing where no family will have to lay down at night and see the stars but have a roof above their head. Let us bear that cross of helping the young and innocent to find hope and not feel they must turn to gangs, gun, violence, and dope. May we bear the cross protecting those with different lifestyles from being criticized, ostracized, despised, or demonized. May we bear the cross of assuring poor men will not be jailed for minor infractions of the law, and those who use cannabis and those who use other drugs will not be called criminals, but rather those who need a physician, those who need a health care providers. Let us bear the cross of making sure rehabilitation triumph over incarceration. May we bear the cross till health is not a privilege for the few, but a right for all. And we have come down and carried our cross of healing. We will carry our cross of change making. When we carried our cross of justice and righteousness and mercy, when we carried our cross of grace, when we carried our cross of compassion, and we continue to follow on the highway to fulfill that purpose, and where we come to the point in our life, may we be able to look back over life and give you thanks that we carried our cross, and will you be with us, and in the end welcome us home. This is the prayer we pray and believe. Everybody say amen. Amen. Give a hand clap for this wonderful day. You may be seated, and we receive our Chief Marshal, Dr. Patterson. You may be seated.
Please note that there will be a reception at the Morehouse School of Medicine in the National Center for Primary Care building. A special thanks to you, our keynote speaker, Ms. Brooks LaShore, all our distinguished platform guests, trustees, alumni, faculty, staff, and students for your individual and collective participation in today's commencement celebration. And now, we ask that the audience remain seated until the platform party, the faculty, the graduates have completely recessed. We thank you for joining us in this fantastic academic celebration. Graduates, we celebrate you.